By now, everybody knows about Simone's cancer diagnosis except for Dr. P. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Lawrence Report. Tonight's broadcast discussing All-American Homecoming Episode 6. And y'all, this episode was another fire episode. They are bringing it. I hate that this show is basically canceled, but man, this has been some good storytelling. But we gotta talk about that hot tea. I'm talking about Keisha, Cam, JR, Gabby, are they all about to break up? But before we get started, we greatly appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button, like, and please do not forget to comment as well, y'all. Let's talk about All-American Homecoming. Let's get right into it. Now, we're going to switch up a little bit. Of course, we're going to talk about Simone, but we got to talk about, like I said earlier, this hot tea. Now, we know that this episode is basically all about this Thanksgiving / Friendsgiving, right? So Simone is giving out these orders where everybody's gonna be tag teaming, right? And we know that Cam he found out a secret about his girl Keisha, and in this tag team that they're about to do, Cam and JR are going to be together, right? So they're getting ready to prepare the turkey, right? So at the same time, while they're at this KEK house, JR is talking about, oh yeah, baseball's coming back, Lando's helping out, and that's when Cam's like, yeah, but it's KEK, and it's all about bro code, but I think you kind of forgot all about bro code. JR's like, what you mean? He's like, that's when Cam's like, let me show you these pictures. I want the truth, bro. What's up with this right here? And he pulls out a picture of Keisha and all of them dancing, and JR's there to support. I mean, JR's like, oh yeah, well, I'm just, there emotionally supporting one of my friends. And Cam's like, nah, man, I feel like it's more to that. I'm just paraphrasing right here, right? And JR's like, yo, you tripping? Then he was like, no, I have a problem with this right here. And that's when we saw Crenshaw Cam come out the woodworks. Oh my God. So he ended up pushing JR, and they got into a spat, whatever. But again, Cam is like, yo, what you mean you're emotionally supporting my girl? Like what you mean? And JR is like, listen, I would never do that. Like, she's basically like a sister to me, right? But we find out that Cam, he ended up going to Gabby to talk to her about it, and Gabby's like, oh, well, that's the reason why he said he couldn't be at this event right here, because he had to go do this, but he's really supporting Keisha, right? Not to mention we got Gabby and Keisha as well. Now, basically those two had to tag team about these pies, if I'm not mistaken, right? And Gabby's like, you know what, my homegirl works at this pie shop, it's cool, I got it covered, but I appreciate the date. I'm paraphrasing here. I appreciate the date that you set me and JR on, but I couldn't help but notice you be doing the street dancing, and it looks like JR be out there supporting you. So I wanted to know, when you did this date, was it for me and JR, or was it for you and JR? So yeah. So Cam and Gabby both have the right to be mad at their partners, right? And then we get this whole Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving fiasco, right? Everybody comes out saying how they feel and just highly upset, right? Gabby is not going crazy, but she's saying her piece. JR saying his piece, like, Keisha, Cam, family dinner was a complete disaster due to all the secrets that everybody was hiding, unfortunately. All the couples end up making up, right? JR says, me and Keisha kind of bound together because she did give me the bone marrow that I needed to save my life, right? And Keisha's like, well, I could have been more open to your music career, your music stuff that's going on with you, Cam, and that I was kind of jealous because your career was taking off and mine wasn't, which we all kind of already knew that Keisha been jealous of her own man, right? Nothing new. But basically what all the couples were saying was, we're just friends, right? Like, when it comes to Keisha and JR, they're just friends. There's nothing more, nothing less. But they both were kind of wrong in not telling each other, the partners, about what they've been doing, and instead of just keeping a secret, because when you're in a relationship, you need that open, honest communication, right? So the couples are going to be together. At first, I thought they all was about to break up. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Like, what are they about to do? But the couples are going to be together. Everybody learned their mistakes. Open, honest communication is the way to go when it comes to being in a couple, y'all. So let's talk about Simone. Now, Simone, um, she's kind of going through it. Whenever you're going through something like cancer, sometimes you may not feel like you're in your own skin anymore. Sometimes you may feel like you're not attractive or sexy anymore. So Simone ends up meeting this guy. We see her and Nate there, and this guy is basically coming over, for lack of better terms. He's coming over to smash, right? He's basically letting Simone know, my schedule is clear for this day. I'm coming over, right? So, he plans to come over, but at the same time, speaking of coming over, somebody else is coming over. We're talking about Dr. P. She's in town for the weekend. The team is trying to hide the secrets about Simone's cancer diagnosis, but Dr. P knows that something ain't right. So eventually, Nate and Thea, they end up spilling basically the tea about some of the things that's going on with Simone. Eventually, we did see at the family dinner, Simone is going to have to tell Dr. P about what's going on. But, Dr. P discovers, I think it was like some type of medical bracelet, and they're talking about women freezing their eggs, right? And she goes to Coach Marcus. Coach Marcus like, yo, has Simone told you? Wait, too. Simone comes out and tell you. And then eventually, of course, family dinner goes bad. We already know. And I forgot to mention this part right here. Simone is getting ready to try to smash this boy. But Dr. P basically interrupts all of that. She shuts all that down. But after the family dinner, Dr. P and Simone do have to have a tough conversation. And she reveals to her that she has breast cancer. They caught it early. And, Dr. P's right there for her, letting her know that we're going to get through this together as a family. But, even though Dr. P is trying to be so strong, we know that she goes to Coach Marcus and she basically breaks down into his arms, because cancer is something that even the strongest of the strong can feel the pain. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't have it, you still can feel it for the other person. So that's what we're seeing with Dr. P. And I guess Simone didn't want to tell Dr. P about it because maybe she thought that Dr. P was so stressed out with her job, up there in DC, right? But Dr. P was the last person to find out. So when it comes to Coach Marcus, right? Coach Marcus has a son, and his son is basically wanting to learn about his family history, right? But Coach Marcus has had so much trauma from his own family. He even says that he doesn't really talk to his family, but his son is kind of yearning for, trying to find out about his family history, right? And his son is like, well, he finds out that Coach Marcus and them are about to have a Thanksgiving, but his uncle be them too. He's like, whoa, wait, what? Thanksgiving, but just us two? Like, that don't make sense. And this young boy, like I said, wants to explore other sides of the family, but he finds out that Amara and everybody else is about to have a Thanksgiving. He wants to know, can he get the invite? Because he wants to experience that. There's nothing wrong with that. But, due to Coach Marcus having trauma with his dad and his side of the family, it didn't happen, right? But thankfully, we did end up seeing Coach Marcus pull out this old book of pictures, explaining the family history to his son. And then we ended up seeing Coach Marcus at the end. I believe he was trying to make a contact and reach out to his father before his son ended up going back home. So now we'll see if Coach Marcus will, I guess, try to build something with his own family. So that was basically his storyline right there, but we'll see. I'm interested to see what other storylines they're going to have for Coach Marcus now, knowing that his son is no longer going to be, on the show more than likely. So yeah, that was All-American Homecoming. Right there. The couples did not break up. We got some small arguments, but they did not break up. Simone ends up telling Dr. P. Coach Marcus is still trying to navigate some trauma with his father, his side of the family, and his son wants to explore the family. So that was basically All-American Homecoming. It looks like on the next episode is basically going to be dedicated to Simone and Orlando. They're basically going to be planning an entire date to themselves. So we'll see how that goes on right there. So as always, thank you for tuning in to the Lawrence Report.